business consultant. I am also a tax strategist, and I've been in the finance industry for over 18 years. As a solopreneur, right, or someone who's an entrepreneur. Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Tax Takeover, where every week we do a deep dive into the tax code to provide you with loopholes that can save you thousands, right? So, here at the Tax Takeover, we teach you how to tax plan like the wealthy, right? So, I hope you're ready because we got another good one. But before I go any further, let me introduce myself to those who may be joining for the first time and you're not sure of who I am. My name is Samara Andrews. I will be your tax expert for the duration of this show. I am an accountant, I'm a financial analyst, and I am also an enrolled agent with the Internal Revenue Service. And so, as an enrolled agent, I specialize in working with growing and established business owners who want to retain more of their profits and finally pay themselves and also create a legacy, right, through the tool of tax planning, right? So that's what the tax takeover is all about. And that's why I come before you every week. So today's topic is exciting because I just came off of my taxation, if you cannot tell by my tan. And the attire is matching what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to be talking about how to legally write off your vacation, right? This is a guide for all you business owners. So we all love going on vacation, but wouldn't it be great if you could write off your vacation as a tax deduction? Okay. Now, I know you're probably thinking, is this possible? Yes, it is possible, but you do have to follow certain guidelines and rules that the Internal Revenue Service has put in place, specifically in Publication 463. So, I'm going to walk you through that. So, get out your pens and get out your notebooks and make sure that you take lots of notes. Also, be sure to ask questions in the comment section below, right? So during the video, I'm going to guide you through the process of how to legally write off your vacation expenses on your tax return. Again, this is for my business owners. So let's begin first by understanding the concept of what a tax write-off is. It is an expense that can be deducted from your total taxable income, thereby reducing your tax liability, right? So the IRS does allow you to claim a write-off for your vacation expenses if the trip was primarily business related. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through on how you can make sure that your business trip is or your vacation is primarily business related. So remember that while you're planning for your business trip that will include rest and relaxation, make sure that your trip also includes these 4 R's to ensure that you are eligible to write off your vacation. The first R is reason, the second is reasonable, third is records, and the fourth is receipts. Okay, so the key to legally write off your vacation is to plan your trip carefully. You must have a clear purpose of your travel, and the primary reason for your trip should be for business purposes, right? That means that you cannot simply add a few business meetings to your calendar or your vacation itinerary and expect to claim the whole expense as a deductible cost for business. That's not how that works, right? So, in addition to your purpose being primarily for business, right, you also want to make sure that your expenses are reasonable. That's the second R, okay? So when you're booking your accommodations for lodging or you're going out to eat, make sure that your expenses are not deemed lavish or extravagant, okay? So that's the second R, reasonable. First R was reason. Okay, I just want to make sure I give you a quick recap, right? So to qualify for a write-off, you need to properly document your business activities that are related to your trip. So this means that you should keep a record of your meetings, document things like your meetings, your conferences, your seminars, and any other business related activities that you participate in while you are on the trip. This is going to be key in order to prove to the Internal Revenue Service that this trip was business related. The primary purpose for you taking the trip was for a business reason. And that's the key to prove to them that. So make sure that you are maintaining what? Good records. Make sure you're documenting. Third R, good records. Another factor to help you qualify is to show how much time you spent on business activities compared to the rest of your vacation time. Okay. So, for instance, if you spent the majority of your time engaging in business related activities like conferences, like your seminars, right? Then this could make your whole vacation expenses deductible, right? So, again, make sure you're maintaining those good records, get that itinerary so that you can prove, hey, this was truly a business trip, right? So remember, not all vacation expenses are going to be deductible. Items like personal meals, entertainment expenses, and non business related transportation costs cannot be included as deductible costs on your tax return, business owners. So, the key here is to keep your business receipts for all your business related expenses and make sure that they are separate. Okay, so here's a little tax tip for you. The IRS allows you to have 2 travel days for your business trip, and the expenses associated with those travel days are deductible. Okay, so make sure that to calculate your deductible travel expenses, make sure that you are subtracting the personal or the non business related expenses from the total cost of the trip. Okay, so that is key. We want to make sure that we're only writing off expenses that are business related. I'm going to say it a lot because I want to make sure I drive that point home. Okay, here's another tax tip. You can only claim a deduction for the expenses, again, business related or for business employees and their needs in supporting the business. So this means if you take your spouse with you or any other family is traveling with you and they're not an employee and they're not traveling with you for purposes of supporting the business, then their portion of their travel expenses, guess what, are personal expenses, right? That means it's not deductible. Okay, so I want to make sure that I reiterate that, right? So finally, this strategy is for business owners, okay? You cannot write off expenses if your company reimburses you for them. Okay, taxpayers, if your employer reimburses you for the entire expense, then you cannot claim it as a tax deduction also. That's what I call double dipping. That is what I call tax evasion. That's not what we do at the tax takeover, right? So writing off your vacation expenses does require careful planning and documentation, as I mentioned before. But by following the IRS guidelines outlined in Publication 463, you can save money on your taxes and enjoy your vacation without the worry of the bills beating you back home, right? So, as a recap, I want you to remember these 4 R's. Make sure that your trip is the main reason is for business related purposes. So, first R, reason. Secondly, make sure that your trip expenses are reasonable. Okay, no lavish or extravagant expenses. And then third, make sure that you are maintaining good records. Make sure that you are keeping a good business itinerary, right? And make sure that most of your time is spent business related purposes, not personal related purposes, right? And then the last R is make sure that you're retaining your business travel receipts. Okay, so I hope that this video was helpful to you. I hope that now you feel empowered, understanding how you can legally write off your vacation. And always remember to consult with a tax professional before you are making elections like this, especially if this is a new idea for you. Make sure that you consult with a professional before trying to execute this on your personal tax return, business owners. Okay, and if you need a professional, you can definitely connect with us. You can visit us at www.fyefinance.com. You can book a free consultation call We would be more than glad to go over what you are trying to do and see if we can help. But if you already know what you are trying to do specifically, then you might want to book a tax strategy call where you would have a full hour of my time and we can definitely strategize and work out a plan that you can execute for whatever your unique tax situation is, right? So if you like the information that was shared here tonight, please make sure that you are liking and subscribing to this video. Make sure that you are also sharing this video so that others can also participate in writing off their vacation as a business expense. But don't forget the 4 R's, right? So again, FYE Family, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Tax Takeover. I hope that you have a prosperous and wonderful and relaxing Tuesday evening. Until next time, FYE Family, see you soon.